Hey, welcome back to another episode of Instant Ramen Podcast. I'm your host, Juan, and as always, my co-host is here with me. Hey, Trip.
Hey, Juan.
How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. Day started out like, bleh. Day ended like, and now I'm hanging out with you. Like, yay. You know how it goes.
Yeah, no, that's usually how it goes, man. It's Monday, so.
Yep. Man, the big Muns.
Big old Muns. Do you like Monday?
I don't really have a problem with Monday, actually. Some people have big issues with Monday. I fucking hate Tuesdays.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always have.
I don't hate Monday, and I think this is the first time in a long time I haven't hated Monday because my Monday starts around 5 o'clock. Like that's when when shit happens for me. So
and it goes quick.
Yeah. Tuesday. You know what? I don't mind Tuesday either. Tuesday is a day that episodes of TV shows I watch airs.
Yeah, that's fair. The thing that I don't like about Tuesdays is Mondays come around and they're like, "Hey, man, we're gonna fuck you up," and then I'm always like, "Nah, man, you can't mess with me." And then I have this drain from Monday, and Tuesday comes around, and it's just like, oh my God, I have so much more of the week to go. And then Tuesday's like, hey, you took care of a lot of good shit yesterday. Well, I got so much shit that you got to fucking deal with, and it's going to be bad.
You know, I think I decided that the day of the week I like the least is Sunday. I just don't like Sunday because, you know...
Dude, I 100% understand that.
There's that mentality that some people think, oh, the week starts on Sunday, or people say the week starts on Monday, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I've always been
the week starts on Monday.
You know, yeah, I'm one of those guys like the week, like the work week, the school week starts on Monday.
Yeah.
So Sunday is the end of the week for me.
Yeah.
And just the idea of being like, because you can't really do anything. You can't
man.
You can't get drunk. You know, you can't be up too late because the next Monday you got to start doing shit.
There's a whole fucking thing about it that's just like, yeah, Sundays make you want to fucking kill yourself because you realize you can't have any fun and you're back to the real world and it just sucks.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday are the shit. And then Sunday's like, cool, I guess I'll watch football. I'll watch my fantasy football team eat a fucking dick. I'm 0-3. 3 weeks in a row I've lost.
You're just sitting there covered in pork rinds. Like, what was it even fucking worth?
What's the point? And then Monday comes around. I'm like, cool, this week I'll be a better me. This week I'll be a good person. This week I'll watch fucking Dragon Pilot on Netflix.
That's what we're talking about this week. Dragon Pilot. Amazing segue.
Nice. I forgot what the show's called. I was like, just name two things, put them together. Nailed it.
Dragon Pilot. Fuck, that was lucky.
Yeah, man, that worked out. I don't know if, maybe you can hear it on the mic. I'm not fighting off. I'm on the end of like a cold.
Mm-hmm. You hear a little bit. Yeah. Mostly it sounds like you might cry at any moment. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it was Thursday I woke up. I was like, I don't feel very good. And then Friday I woke up. I was like, I'm for sure fucking sick. There's
no.
Yeah. And then Saturday was shitty. Sunday was shitty. And then today I feel really good.
Shit.
I went to bed on Thursday. Like I took a long nap. I was like, hey, Mom, you got any fucking flu juice? You got anything to help me, feel better? Yeah. You know, like NyQuil or shit. And she's like, I got nothing. I was like, well, if you go to the store, bring me something.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay. I go to sleep, wake up around 9 o'clock, haven't eaten. And I'm like, hey, did you get me that stuff? She goes, no. I'm like, you fucking don't love me. Oh. So I went to fucking Walmart because it's open, right? Mm-hmm. And I bought
because it's open.
Right, I bought NyQuil for the first time for myself. I've never had to buy this stuff.
Whoa.
They ID'd me, and it makes sense. Because, people use that stuff to make, fucking meth or whatever.
I mean, I know I've bought NyQuil for myself.
Yeah.
But I don't remember getting ID'd.
Really? I mean, maybe it was because of the grade of NyQuil. So
maybe
I saw the NyQuil, right? And I was like, oh, NyQuil, fucking, you kind of sick. And NyQuil's like, oh, you really sick. And then one that was like NyQuil Extreme, like fucking supersonic NyQuil. And I was like, and it was like very berry flavor. I was like, that sounds kind of good. So I got that one. It's supposed to be really strong. Yeah. And it was like, I would take it and I would be like, I could feel the medicine entering my body. And then I'd just be like, wow, my nasal cavities are fucking, I can breathe, and I'd feel great. And then 4 hours.
You make me want to drink this.
Yeah, it tasted good too. And it was like, I was like, maybe 30 ounces is enough. If I do 60 ounces, I'll feel even better.
Oh shit, no.
Yeah. And, fucking, and then after 4 hours would pass, because that's like the duration of the thing. And then he'd be like, you feel like shit again. And I'd be like, cool.
Yeah, fucking garbage city.
Trying to take another shot of this very, very NyQuil. So yeah, I've been fighting that off and,
yeah, it sounds tough.
But it's okay. Usually I get sick and I get sick really hard. And I feel like this week I did a good job of, getting better. So I think everybody's sick though. Everybody's just catching stuff. So
I mean, I've got like allergies here and there, but I'm fortunately staying away from the sickness enough to be healthy.
You want some of the sickness?
Definitely not. I'm enjoying my health.
I think Sierra gave it to me. I blamed her.
That bitch.
Yeah, I was really mad at her. Anyways, what'd you do? The things you do for the ones you love, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't do anything ever. So
the ones
it's hard for. I mean, for the ones I love, like maybe I'd consider doing something, but like you really got to be important.
I really got to love you. You know, I feel it.
Yeah.
What's up with you, man? Anything new?
Nah.
Nothing.
All right, so let's talk about this week. No, nothing's really happening with me, honestly. It's just been fucking lots of work.
Cool.
It's all been fine. Trying to be responsible, being a good young man. I'm pretty much done unpacking other than clothes and my like anime shit. So I'm feeling finally good, and I'm gonna try to take care of that tomorrow.
Nice.
So ideally, we're gonna be good up and running. I got my Roomba fucking going, so you know I'm being a big boy, getting my house all vacuumed all the time.
With your robot that cleans your shit for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know what? For me, last week I felt like I was really mad on the episode. I was like,
oh shit.
You know, I ranted for a bit about like senior portfolios.
Oh yeah.
And then this week, you know, I'm really fucking, I'm over it. Like I really could not give a shit.
Who cares?
Yeah,
whatever. You have to
done.
do it. So what?
Yeah, it's whatever. I was really bitter, and I felt really gross. Like I left the episode, I got home, I was like, God, I'm such a fucking douche. Like bitching on the mic over some stupid shit. I'm fine. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Things are looking up, Trip. I mean, you know, there's plenty of stuff to watch.
Name one thing.
Maniac dropped on Netflix.
Cool. We good.
It's a mini series with the fucking don't tell me, Emma Stone and I was about to say Seth Rogen. Jonah Hill nailed it.
There you go. I mean, pretty much little Seth Rogen.
It's pretty funny. It's an interesting thing. I think it's shot very well. It's hard to describe because like I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
And then what else is there? I think Survivor starts this week, so I'm really excited because I managed to watch all the way up until season, I think it's 15 or whatever. I think it's Cook Islands, and that was actually the first season of Survivor I ever watched.
Oh shit!
I was in 8th grade, and like I remember people talking about it in the past, and I didn't really know about it. But like one day it turned on. It was a season premiere of that episode. And I was like, oh, this is a really cool show. And I get like to school to talk about it with people. People are like, oh, yeah, Survivor? That's been on forever or whatever. I was like, what? Are you fucking... And that was a season...
That's so funny.
Yeah. That was a season where they separated them into 4 tribes by their ethnicity. So it was like a black tribe, a white tribe, an Asian tribe, and a Mexican tribe. And I was just like, this show is fucking dope. And then the next season came out because I was like, you know, super into it.
Yeah.
And they also try to make it diverse, and so they had like an even amount of ethnicities again. And then the next season came out, and it was like a bunch of white people and like one black guy. And I was like,
yeah.
And then ever since then, like it hasn't been as diverse. Because what's funny is that Survivor was just like they weren't trying to be controversial about it. They was like what? It's a social experiment, right? Like what happens if you separate them by race? And then like they caught a lot of flack from that. And so then in the next season, there's like, oh, because people are like, oh, it's just a ploy to get people to listen, you know, viewers or blah, blah, whatever. And like, that's not true. We're here at Survivor. We care about stuff or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Next season came out. They made sure that their cast was very diverse. And then after that, they're like, oh, no one gives a fuck anymore. So they switched back to
whatever. Just white people again.
Yeah. So, you know, I managed to watch up into that season. I caught up. I started watching some episodes. I'm like, and it felt really good. It just brings me back to when I was younger. And I was like, oh, man, it's good. It's like a nostalgia bomb or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's what I've been up to.
Nice. I mean, I powered through BoJack Horseman. It's such a good show.
I should really watch that.
You honestly should. Like, they're one of the best. They always try to make, I guess not always, but they've been consistently making an episode that stands apart from everything else, from like an artistic point that like something hasn't happened like it before. In one episode in the past, they made it. If you aren't familiar with the show, it's a bunch of people and a bunch of animals, and they all live together. The animals are like humanoid people things,
but they're essentially they're treated like humans.
Yeah,
right?
they're regular ass people. Like it's just like if humans existed with dog people, it's all the same. Whatever. So, anyways, there's this whole episode that takes place underwater in like a fish city.
Oh, cool.
But our main character, he can't talk. Because he's underwater, he just has like a thing over his head and nothing to communicate because there are a ton of fish and stuff walking around that don't have it. And then he meets all these other people that he knows. He's there like as a publicity type thing, and he's trying to like talk to everyone, but he can't. So he's just communicating like in any kind of motions and whatnot. So it's just like an episode with no dialogue.
Wait, so the fish people are talking, but we don't hear them either?
I mean, like, they can talk and whatnot, but, like, there's no actual dialogue and there's no progression of the plot. But you know what he's trying to say and what he's trying to do. He's trying to talk to somebody who he's, like, wronged. in some way.
He's trying to
and, like,
apologize?
Yeah, he wants to like connect with her and apologize to her. And so the whole episode goes through like that, and it was pretty substantially different than anything else on TV. People loved it. This season had an episode where he's giving a eulogy, and it's just a monologue the whole episode.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There's no cuts to anything else. There's no like...
the beginning of it starts with a flashback of like him and his dad, and it's just his dad talking. And he's also the voice of his dad. So it's like the same person talking to the whole fucking episode.
I like that.
And it was really, really good. Loved the episode. It had a lot of funny parts. It had a lot of like really honest moments. Cause like for those of you that don't know, he's a shitty person and he was raised by shitty people.
Yeah.
So he's given a eulogy for one of his parents, and he's just talking about what a shitty person they are.
Wow.
And like how he's kind of a shitty person, but it starts out and he's talking
22
about
minutes or whatever.
Yeah, for the whole fucking episode. And it starts out and he's talking about how he went to Jack in the Box on the way over. And normally the person asks like, "Hey, how are you doing today?" And then he could say "good" and lie and just continue on or whatever. And then instead, the chick at the cash register, he's like all upset at the cashier. He's like, she fucking has the audacity to say, "Are you having an amazing day today?" And then he has to be like, "No, my mom died, so
Oh, bummer.
I'm going to her funeral right now." She's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and starts crying. And then he's like, No, it's no big deal. Like, don't worry about it." And then he goes on about that for a little bit, and he's like, "So then she gave me a free churro. So all I could think is I should have just been going to Jack in the Box before I go to these funerals so I could get fucking free churros, because that's pretty great."
Oh, man.
Yeah, but he had to deal with all that, and he just wanted to lie and continue on with his day. But instead, at least he has a free fucking churro. But he went on like that for a while instead of actually talking about like what the issues are, like, anything substantial. I loved it. It was a fucking amazing episode. It had a lot more. The second episode almost brought me to tears, like immediately. The show's fucking powerful, dude. It's great.
You're weak. You're so weak.
I mean, yeah, divorce is sad, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. No one's divorced me yet. Yeah.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like.
Idiot.
What else do I want to say? I got a couple more things, just quick things.
Yeah, quick me up.
So,
Buttercup.
I mean, here we are. We're fucking padding the episode because we want to avoid talking about what we really want to talk about.
How did you know?
And the news sucks dick. Anyways,
there's nothing going on this week.
So here we go. Here's a couple padding things. There's a guy I follow on Facebook, Callium Fox. I know yeah. I really like his stuff. He's a really interesting dude who makes videos and music, and I don't know. I really get a kick out of him. I got the wildest message the other day, and it was just like, "Hey, congratulations! You are now one of Callion's like most special fans or whatever." Here's yeah, I don't know what it was called. It was just like it's like VIP like followers or whatever, or something like that. It's on Facebook. It's like it's a banner, and like and it shows you the rest of the community. Like, here are all the other people who are also like fucking followers of him, and just like keep being a very important follower, by doing what you do. And I was like, all I do is like whenever you post something and I like it, I'll like it. If I think it's funny enough for DJ to like it, I'll tag him in it. I don't think I ever share it, but I remember, so I was like, yes. And I was like looking at this, like, I wonder how many there are. And it's like, there's a shit ton of them. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not as special as I thought. Cause it says how long, it says like brand new. And then below it's like, 3 months, 6 months, 7. It's like, oh, I guess there's bigger Callion Foxes fans out there than I am. That being said, fuck you. I'm a fan and you're not.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Because I got the fucking badge. I don't know. Yeah. I thought it was cool.
That's funny. That's
interesting.
Cool.
So if you ever get hit up by Facebook saying you're like a #1 fan of Instagram podcast, let us know, because I don't know how that shit fucking works. I don't know who sets that up. Like, I was looking at like the features on our thing. I was like, do we have that option or whatever?
I'm pretty sure somebody just fucking does it.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe you have to hit like a certain amount of people that like you or some shit.
Maybe it's like an automated system or whatever. It's like, oh, you reached the criteria to have hype people up or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Hit us up in 5 years.
That being said, it did make me feel really special for no reason.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. What else? The new Brockhampton album dropped. Their 4th studio album. I liked it. It was good. I think it was like the best, but I really enjoyed it. They tried doing some experimental stuff. There's a specific song on it called Berlin that I really like the beginning of it. It's just like, you know that Poopity Scoop song by Kanye?
Yes, I do.
It's just like that, where I really like the beginning, and then he raps the end and fucks it up.
Like, come on, dude.
So these brilliant...
Come on, Mr. Brock.
Yeah, Mr. Hampton. What he does, like, it's a really good song, and at the very end, they try to do this thing where they use distortion.
Yeah.
You know, like, or whatever, but it's too loud, and it's so much, it made me take off my headphones, like, did I fucking break my headphones, you know? And I was like, no, the song does it on purpose. I was like, oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
It really took me out of it.
I don't know if you've noticed this trend in memes lately, or like fucking YouTube
where they blast things or whatever?
Yeah, they just like blow out the audio as like a joke, and
I don't know. Sometimes it's
I've
funny.
got a friend who fucking loves that shit.
Is it my friend?
Who is it?
Is it DJ?
No,
because DJ does like
DJ likes it, but I don't know if he loves it or not. I just know he likes it. My friend Sam, fucking, he can't handle it, dude.
The guy
Sam's
from,
so fucking into it.
The guy from like North Carolina,
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
That's
South Carolina.
Super funny. Oh, he's from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't talk to him no more.
What?
We're down with the North, none of the South.
What?
Yeah, I got no fans.
But the North just like got crunched.
Yeah, we got to show them our support. Fuck the South.
Whoa.
Anyways, South Carolina, go suck a dick. I don't really mean that.
Man.
North Carolina, you're the best. I don't know why. Why don't you just become?
Wrong
why don't you
with
just become Carolina? You know, just become one.
I don't know. Why don't we become Jefferson?
Because that's fuck them. Fuck Republicans. I don't want to be.
See, that's the deal. Is one of them like more democratic than the other one?
No, you know,
like, I'm pretty sure they are the same. Why don't they just become one?
You know what's super funny too is that I think I read somewhere that North Carolina and South Carolina are like two of the states that drink the most alcohol.
Yeah, and
it's like almost a competition between the two of them. Like we drink more than you.
Fuck you guys, we'll drink more
because they got nothing fucking else to do out there. So it's just like every because they do a census and there's like who consumes the most alcohol. Like it's like we overtook them, fuck them this year. It's kind of fucked up that we made that accent to be like that's what they sound like. But anyways,
is it? I don't know. That's not even an accent. It's just like I'm mad or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, last one. You know who fucking what's his name? Hobo Johnson is?
Hell yeah.
So he dropped like this new thing. I don't know if it's new. I saw it recently.
Okay.
And he's performing his. So for people who don't know, he's a musician, and I think he's supposed to be a rapper or a singer, but it kind of almost sounds like he's doing spoken word to music because he just kind of talks really weird, where he's offbeat or whatever.
It's so fucking cool. You guys should look it up. Look up his Tiny Desk.
That's the one.
Video.
It's the Tiny Desk
fucking
video.
Incredible, and I love it.
Yeah, I was watching the Tiny Desk video, and I was like, man, I was having like a really good time.
I was jamming so fucking hard.
Having such a good time to it.
It's something about this, like, there's this kind of classic indie rock style where these people just get really fucking into it and they just scream. Like the beginning, but not in like a screamo way, right? Yeah. But yeah, during this, he does have this spoken word thing where it's just really just a really, really good, honest portrayal of his emotions for like a second.
He's almost like self-deprecating too. Like he's very like he
knows that he's kind of like shitty,
and he knows who he is, and he like talks about it. Yeah. Anyways, so I was listening. It was his Tiny Desk, and I was just like
fucking incredible.
I was like, this is like I watched it on YouTube for like, I was like, this is great, and I was like, I paused it because I was like, oh, I can't keep watching this. I'm working on stuff. It's like I wonder if he's on Spotify, and his shit is on Spotify.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's got like an album, I think, and then like
I need to get more into Hobo Johnson apparently because
I started listening to it, and he's really good. I don't think he's for everybody.
Probably not.
He's a weird guy, but
if you like that like kind of classic indie shit, and if you really like poetry, I don't know, like slam poetry type stuff.
It reminds me of that.
It also, I don't know, it feels more honest than slam poetry. Slam poetry feels like you're really trying to put on like some kind of a persona or something. Exactly.
Yeah, no, this guy, it just, I've never met him.
I don't know him at all.
But
maybe
after hearing
he's a fake
this stuff,
piece of shit.
After hearing all this stuff, I was like, oh man, it'd be super cool to meet this guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a total weirdo, but from what he says and like the way he, says things, and he's just, it's really good. Like at the end of this album, like he like the music keeps like it cuts. Like his audio changes and he just starts talking normally, and he's just like, "Hey man, I made this. Thank you so much for listening." And it sounds so sincere. It's like, wow, this guy's awesome. So I'm really into him. I check him out. I check out the thing on Spotify.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out Hobo Johnson. He reminds me a little bit of Y or Jaime's Basement. There's a dude who he's like just like a Jewish rapper type dude, right? But he has like a really weird I don't know what pentameter. Is that a thing? Am I just saying some shit? Talks? Yeah. So he has a really weird like rhythm to like the way that he says things, and he doesn't really sing it, and he doesn't really like rap it, but he just says things in a way that feels like only he could say them this way.
Yeah.
And I feel like Hobo Johnson's got that about him too.
Yeah.
with people backing up, just screaming the shit that he's like saying. So fucking good.
That first one on the little tiny desk is Romeo and Juliet, and so then I listened to like there's more production to it in in the Spotify. And I really liked it. And there's one other one. I can't remember what it's called. It's I think it's the third one on the thing. It's after DeMarcus Cousins and Annie. And it starts off with like, it starts with this weird, like, okay, so I'm going to tell you a story. There's like two chickens or whatever. And they're walking, never mind. It's one chicken. There's one chicken walking down the street and he looks across the street and he sees another chicken and it's like an older chicken and he's like really plump. And the younger chicken says, damn, like some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? And somehow by the end of that song, I was like, I know exactly what you're fucking talking about. It's a good time.
Yeah, no, there's for sure like this weird 2004 or 5 indie vibe to it. Mm-hmm. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, killer. I'm glad that you, because I didn't have anyone to share it with, and I was like, should I share this with the Slime Girls or should I just keep it to myself? And I was like, you know what, this one's just going to be a me thing.
I think he popped up on the Slime Girls ones. I think DJ put him up there. That's where I saw him the first time.
Really?
Where he was in his backyard and he was like smoking a cigarette and doing this. He was like really awkward or whatever in this weird ugly sweater or shirt or whatever.
I mean, that sounds familiar. I don't remember if DJ posted it or whatever.
I remember
but
seeing it, but
that sounds like something he would have posted.
Yeah, it's no, I really like it. I remember I talked to a couple of kids at school like a while back when I first saw it, and they weren't having it. I was like, oh, it's fine.
But exactly. It's such a unique thing that I think is really fucking cool. He's doing something that feels original, and I always appreciate that.
Yeah, well, for me, like literally, like just today, like it's. I mean, I listened to all. I mean, there's not a lot of them, and they're really short. They're like 2 minutes and a half, maybe at the most.
Yeah,
I listened to all of them. Watched that Tiny Desk. I'm like, yeah, man, I fuck with this guy. This guy's
Hell
dope. Yeah. So, anyways, that's what I've got to say. I guess.
Man. I totally had something else lined up, but I just got really into fucking Hobo Johnson right then. I'm like, I don't remember what my topic was anymore, but it was some stupid shit. I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
Nothing matters. I saw a movie with my mom. I hung out with my sister. You know, I was having a family week.
Nice.
I've been doing some shit.
Was that Searching or did you watch something else?
I watched Searching.
You liked it though, yeah?
I liked it a lot. It was a very good film. You should go see it.
I'm gonna go see it with Sarah, I think. I'm watching Predators on Wednesday.
Yeah?
With my boy Tim from the military. He had to reschedule with me. I was supposed to watch it last week.
Uh-huh.
I heard the movie's really bad.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna watch it because, whatever.
Yeah, Kyle told me a couple of lines from it that he thought were really funny because they were so stupid.
Yeah, I heard it's really bad.
Yeah, it does not sound like a fun ass time. Mm-hmm. But there's another movie that I want to go see that I guess there's no reason to talk about it because I haven't seen it. But I remembered the old topic that I forgot back then.
All right,
you remember that like 2 minutes ago? Yeah. All right, cool. So my coworker Ruthie, shout outs to Ruthie. She's pretty chill. She does not watch anime.
Oh, what?
She does not listen to our podcast.
We barely watch anime. So.
That's true. She listens to podcasts though. She listens to My Favorite Murder. That's her podcast right now.
Did they just talk about murders or whatever?
Yeah, just some like weird murder shit.
Is it kind of like what was that thing called? Series or whatever? Was that what it called? The one about the guy that killed
Making a Murderer?
No. It was like
or a podcast.
It was a podcast. It was the thing. It was one of the things that actually got me into podcasting. Yeah. It was like about like a kid who was like wrongfully accused of murder or whatever, and like she goes back. I'll look it up while you do this.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. But she listens to that, so she's a podcast kind of person. And anyways, so she knows that I do my podcast, and we've talked about it a bit. She does not watch anime. She's not a fucking loser like us, right? So her cousin's a big fucking loser. She's visiting her cousin this weekend, and while she was there, he puts on a fucking anime. Serial. Serial's the name of the podcast that got you into podcasting. Nah,
it's one of them. You should check it out. It's really good.
I probably would be into it.
The first season's fucking killer. Tell your if you're
I'll tell her.
I'll tell her. It's really good.
So her fucking weeb ass cousin is like, all right, let's fucking watch some anime. I'm going to show this to you. And she's like, oh yeah, my coworker Chris watches anime. And I've told her about things that are more interesting to everybody. Just telling her like, yeah, I'm going to go see Perfect Blue. And like, it's kind of about this. And it's a real cerebral movie. And it's very good. And it could have been made just like a regular ass movie, but instead it's an anime. And it's great.
Some people think it's really confusing though.
Apparently some people don't fucking understand it. So I'm like kind of explaining that to her and she's like, whoa, that sounds like way more intense than I thought anime was. I'm like, yeah, I mean, a lot of anime plots are like really difficult to portray in live action. Like it just doesn't translate well, but they have these amazing stories. So it's kind of a shame that people don't really look at it. Anyways, so she knows how I feel about that and everything. And she also knows that I've said most fucking anime sucks dick. fuck anime, it's stupid, but some of it's such good.
When you get
shit.
that good dick, though, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
We're talking about that Made in Abyss shit.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about that Attack on Titan. We're talking about that Boku no Hero Academia. You know, all that good shit.
That doesn't have enough, fucking character development for me. Too much punching. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. It's a show.
Come on,
go fuck
man.
yourself.
Come on.
Anyways, there's some good stuff out there. Yeah.
So she's with her weeb ass cousin, and he puts on this weeb ass show, and she sends me a snap, and she's like, "My cousin's making me watch a new anime thing," and I'm like,
Could you?
I'm looking at it.
Could you guess what it was, or could I guess what it was?
I'm gonna describe what I saw.
Okay, all right, here we go.
All right, we got a dude. Looks like he's late teens, white hair. There's a chick behind him.
Okay.
I think she's got light purpley hair. And they look like they're in some kind of a dungeon.
Is this fuck? Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Yes. How do you fucking make somebody watch that as like their first anime? How is that a fucking choice that you do? I get it. The animation's fucking incredible.
Really good.
It looks really good. There's some kick-ass fight scenes and stuff. But guess what? Not everyone wants to go into a show where there's just kick-ass fight scenes and bobbles and jokes. Nobody wants that.
Did you tell her that?
Yeah, so I'm like, wait, is that this show? And she's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, why the fuck are you watching some like perverted ass shit like that as your first anime?
It's not a bad show.
I'm sorry. No, it's not.
But it's a bad show to have someone start with it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was so fucking mad that was the case. I'm just like, dude, you're watching, it's like going straight into Keijo. Like, I had a good ass time with it.
Yeah, but I've been a fucking weirdo for years before I got into that. Yeah,
exactly, right. You gotta take some time before you dive into that deeper shit.
I don't know. Like, I mean, we've talked about this in the past, but like, this person could have done so many other things.
Yeah,
and could have done a Death Note. That's a good fucking thing. It
is. I mean, we have a whole episode on what you should introduce somebody to anime with, like.
Yeah,
Ghibli,
man.
Death Note, fucking Banana Fish now.
Yeah, Banana Fish is great. It's just the thing with anime is like I think if you want to get someone into it, the first thing you're going to show them is something that is very almost not anime. You know, something that has very little tropes, something that is not ecchi,
some basic ass shit,
something that looks really pretty, but something that like has a good story to it. That's the way to get them in. Yeah, and then once they're hooked,
especially if they're kind of hesitant.
Yeah,
if somebody's like really open, you have a little bit bigger playing field, but you should still be careful.
Exactly. Fucking go with Erased. Give them Erased.
Yeah, give them Erased.
That's such a solid show. But man, to fucking drop them something like that, because the thing is, once they get hooked, once they're like, "Wow, this is a really good thing," anime's amazing. Like, yeah, bitch, there's only a fucking handful of shows like this out there.
Just like, all right, check these out, and then maybe discover some things on your own. And now that you've seen some shit, I'll be like, all right, you've seen some weird shit that you didn't like. Let me show you some weird shit that you will like.
Yeah,
like, there's a difference.
Exactly, like the homie I met, he's a bouncer at the bar here in town, and I was just like, he likes this and likes that. I was like, cool, man. And like he was telling me what he was watching, I was just like, this guy might be on the level. I was like, hey, man, you want to watch a good anime, like a really good anime? He's like, yeah. I'm like, watch our own High School Host Club. And he goes, like, are you sure? It's like, look, man, I can't describe it to you, but you're going to like it. And I saw him and I was just like, hey, man, you liked it? He's like, yeah, it was fucking good. I was just like, it was a little weird though, right? He's like, yeah, I've never watched something like that before. It's like, especially when his roommate comes in and watches like in the scenes that are inappropriate. I'm like, hey, man. That's what it is. That's the life of an anime fucking fan.
You know what? That's why we hide it. Sometimes shit's weird. Sometimes you're watching the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And you're like, why is this chick in a bunny costume? And this other chick is just abusing her.
Why not, dog?
Yeah, man.
They flex on him.
That's what you do. You're like, because she's from the future and she's an alien and he's like an Esper and she's God and this guy's just a fucking guy, but he knows all this shit for some reason. So
that's really hard to put on somebody in the first go. But if they've been in it for a while, they're ready to be like, hey, you ready to have some real hardcore drugs? Here we go.
Hell yeah. We can dive into that anime.
And then you see how they hang. All right, man. You want to do news?
Kind of. This isn't really a piece of news that I put on my news, but we've been talking about Jump Force every once in a while.
We have.
So it's been announced that it's coming out in February, which is super tight.
I'm super stoked.
So we're months away from that. But, it's coming.
I mean, yeah, but, whatever.
And they also announced that Killua and Kurapika from Hunter x Hunter are going to be in the game. And people are saying that there's going to be 4 characters from each show in the game, which is kind of cool to think about, like, oh, how many of these and who's going to be in this?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, from like just kind of off the top of my head, it looks like, most of these shows do have like a 4-man roster kind of thing. And it makes sense to do that. You don't want to just drop like, here's Yugimoto later, you know, like
they're like, don't worry, we got you. We're also putting in the main character from Fighting Foodons.
Yeah,
Shaman King's gonna be in it. Like,
Sierra sent me a link to some really cool figures for fucking Shaman King. I didn't even like Shaman King. I was like, these are some dope fucking figures.
Yeah, man.
No, it's super cool. I mean, I remember looking at the images for the visuals of these, and the Kahlua looks cool. And then like,
Kahlua, he looks fucking legit. He's supposed to be the way that he's supposed to be, and he looks like he's gonna have his like Kilo. I don't remember what they called it, but it's like God mode where he just like moves insanely fast, like 0.02 seconds. He can run like 5 miles.
Yeah, but then the other guy, you were like, he looks kind of funny, and then I looked at him.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what it was exactly, but I think you're right.
I think it's the hair.
Yeah,
and then like the combination of his height and his hair.
Kurapika already looks weird. I just think that he looks better animated.
Yeah.
Than he looks in this game.
Well, you know, you and I were talking about this, how for this game, they have to have some sort of middle ground where, like, because they're all different styles.
Yeah.
So they kind of have to, like, blend them in to be, like, they're all in this one world together, you know?
I think they fucked up with this one.
And this was a good example of them messing up. Because, like, other ones are pretty good. I really think the Naruto, Goku, Luffy, the trio or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they look really a little bit different, but they look good, yeah.
Kahlua fits into this, too. Gon looks really good, too. And then they put this, you know, Kurapika, right? And I was just like, nah, man, this is not good. Well, you know, they don't do like the Super Smash Bros. Thing where it's just like, hey, it's just like every wacky character has its own style or whatever. They're like, no, let's try to make them coexist or mesh or blend well. They missed the mark on that for sure.
They sure did. I'm glad that you brought up Smash Bros. Though, because you trying to smash Bowser.
Oh my god, yeah, you really fucked me up. So I got a text from, you. Was that what woke me up? Like the text was just like.
Did it wake you up? I fucking hope it woke you up.
It was just like, hey man, you fucking ready to fuck Bowser like the rest of us or whatever? And I was just like, what? And like it was like a weird fever nap too. Like I woke up and was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, and I didn't know how to respond. I thought maybe you were making like it was a Mario Party reference. And I was just
something like that.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I just woke up. What's going on? You're like, oh, I got you. And then you explained to me that there's weird Bowsette things going on.
Yeah, people are making a mashup of Peach and Bowser and called it Bowsette.
People are like just fucking going crazy over like sexualizing the shit of it.
Yeah, like instantly.
And I was like, no, man, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd have to see her to
Oh my God. Dude, don't worry, I got you. And boom, here's a little hentai.
Trip sent me like the best picture ever. I was like, yeah, man, I'm down. I don't fucking
we fucking Bowser now, I guess.
I'm on board, homie. I would in a heartbeat.
I just thought it was so funny that the internet immediately was just like, yeah, we're all fucking Bowser now. Like, it just fucking blew up.
Today you sent me the cover for a Wii game or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just like when everybody on the internet wants to fuck your dad, and it's like baby Bowser Jr. or whatever sitting on the ground like super sad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's fucking rough. No,
it's so stupid. I love it.
I was just getting into the whole like the Bongo Cat guy. What was that one called?
Yeah, man.
What's that one called? Is it
Bongo Cat?
Bongo Cat? I was just getting into him. A fucking DJ posted one.
I know.
It was because I saw this one before. It was like the scene of Whiplash. You know, where he's like, am I? He goes, am I?
So fucking good.
What is? Am I dragging or am I? You know.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Oh, this is killing me.
I don't know. I don't remember, but
rushing or dragging. Anyways, it's that scene with him. It's a really good movie. I love that movie. Right.
Yeah.
And then DJ played it, and it was the whole scene. Right. But he would play, and I think was he doing the Yoshi's Island theme song? Oh my God, I cannot stop seeing it. It's so fucking funny. Oh my God. I need a moment. Okay. No, anyways, so I was on board for that, and now people want to fuck Bowser's.
Yeah, man.
I'm totally out of it. I don't know what to do.
Dude, the internet moves at such a fast pace. It's crazy. You're gonna miss something, and then everyone else is gonna be into it, and it's just like, I've been too busy. I haven't been able to look at the computer. I'm so sorry, guys.
I don't have time to fuck Bowser.
It's like, oh, you didn't see this meme from like a month ago? People are blowing up. They're like, fuck, it's returning, and you're like, when was it ever around?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
There are things that happen all the time like that.
I couldn't tell you. All right, man. News. News.
I don't have a whole lot for you this week.
Let's do it.
Especially stuff that you don't really care about. I don't have anything that you really care about. So check it out. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Golden Wind will have 39 episodes.
Nice. Good for them.
Fans of that, fucking keep on keeping on. Mm-hmm. Hey, check it out. ReZero, fans of this, you're out there. You love it. We don't really care about it because we haven't watched it.
I've seen an episode or two.
Yeah, me too. Hell yeah. It's going to have a second OVA.
Gasp.
Who is actually best girl?
Uraraka.
All right, cool, whatever. Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, the Battle of Unato, will open in Japan in spring of 2019.
That one I am excited for because it's a sequel movie. So it's like continuing the end of the anime because I think we only got the one season, right?
Yeah, and I don't know, it felt like kind of weird at the end.
I think it just kind of ended right. It was like really flat at the end, but this is cool.
Oh man, that first episode though was hype as fuck.
Man, that fucking chick with like the weird bells on her feet. Oh yeah, I'm a sucker for bells on your feet, dog.
Dude, she's a killer. It was dope.
It was a good.
He fucking kills himself. So cool.
It was a good show. I can't wait to see this movie whenever it comes out.
Maybe probably like 2020 or something.
Whatever.
Who cares? Things that people do care about. Crunchyroll's new in-browser player has officially launched. Now, we were talking about this a little while ago, how it's important to get the HTML5 Chrome plugin and Firefox plugin in order to properly play your videos in the Crunchyroll browser.
Play it at 0.0.
Yeah, well, there are certain things that it fucks up with. It just sets the quality to auto instead of like a high quality or whatever. The audio adjusts itself so it doesn't remember like what the audio is set at. It doesn't like autoplay certain things. There were just like lots of things that people don't like about it. Well, Crunchyroll tried to address those problems. Not very well, but it did. Now it uses HTML5 already, which is super dope because now we don't have to deal with the shitty Flash player not working all the time and being like weird and stuttering or whatever the fuck Flash decides it wants to do. But still doesn't have all of the features that people want. So I still recommend you download HTML5 extension for Crunchyroll player. Like just look up all of that in one sentence and it'll pop it up for you.
Cool, man. Well, I mean, they're trying. They should try a little bit harder, Crunchyroll.
They really should. Hey, we didn't even talk about what anime we watched this week.
Right.
Let's do that before, because that was the news. I hope you enjoyed the news.
Here we go. Seamless cut. We're going to edit this back into the thing. Here it goes. So this week I've been watching My Hero Academia.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck. Okay,
I'm pretty stoked. I didn't get to see the last episode.
What?
No. Hang on. I didn't get to see the last episode with Bakugo and Midoriya until yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago, whatever it was. Oh, fuck. That episode was so good.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, dog, I'm feeling you now. I get this. I understand.
I feel like, isn't that, so there's, I think it was 2 episodes behind because like it was the episode where they duke it out or whatever. And I told you I saw a clip of it. Man, that's has to be hands down one of the best anime fight scenes I've seen in like forever.
Yeah.
It was so seamless.
It was really well done.
I fucking love the twirl. He's like spinning super fast.
Yeah.
Does that kick. Man.
And the like last move too was so brutal.
Where he punches him super hard in the face, and then fucking Bakugo's just like he's like, no, I'm not gonna fucking lose. He grabs him by the shirt, pulls down, and then like puts his arm up and like
super slams, like seismic tosses him.
Like fucking asteroids him into the fucking ground, and he's like on top of him, like they're painting, like he's like, I fucking beat you or whatever.
Yeah.
What a good fucking fight. And then I think the next episode is just them being in trouble. It's kind of like a boring.
It was a little bit boring, but it also had some good parts to it.
It made sense for them, for them to like obviously be punished. But we got introduced to the at the very end to the they called the big three, who are the top three heads of like the top best students in fucking what is it called?
My Hero Academia.
No, in UA, right? Is it called?
Yeah, in UA.
And man, those guys are really cool. I like
fucking introduction of them was so funny.
Sierra doesn't like the guy with he doesn't like his eyes.
Oh, I love his eyes. They're like beady little like buttons.
Yeah, I think they're really good too.
Great.
He's such a good character, honestly. You know what? I think out of the three of them, the one I don't know too much about is the girl one.
Okay. I really like her character design, by the way. Love it.
It looks a lot different because when I read it, it was in black and white or whatever.
Yeah.
So to see her have like different colored hair, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's a good choice. But the I know that his name is Lemillion, the guy with the weird eyes,
big millionaire. Yeah.
And then the other guy was named Sun Eater, who I also
fuck.
I really fucking like his power and his ability.
I'm excited to see what's going on.
I'm not going to spoil any of it, but but they're really cool characters.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I mean, it's just revving up.
She got a cool power too, or is she just like a smart girl?
She has a cool power. I just can't remember what her name was. It's just because like she like when they come up to be like part of the, like a big thing that happens, whatever, she goes one way and these two characters go another way. So it's like,
okay, yeah,
we get more focused time on these other two characters. And
bummer.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, she's pretty dope, but the other two.
I'm a chicky boy. I like when my girls are doing cool ass shit.
How dare you assume their sexuality? They could be girls. They're not. They're for sure boys.
You almost got me.
Yeah, I almost got you.
Yeah.
What else? Okay, so I watched that. I caught up with my Attack on Titan.
My Attack on Titan. Also caught up one of the best mashups.
I also caught up with Attack on Titan, and then that was all I did for anime this week. Honestly,
I am so excited to watch more of that now that I actually have some more free time going on this week. I'm pumped.
I didn't watch anything else that I usually watch because me and Sierra started watching the Dragon Pilot together. Yeah. Because I was like, well, I have to watch this and I, might as well start
Let's just fucking do it.
So I think the things I'm behind on are like
Banana Fish.
I think I'm one episode behind that.
Yeah.
Fucking Happy Sugar Life. I'm behind on an
episode.
What?
I gave up with that, I think.
I don't know, man. What else? Fucking Angels of Death, which I honestly really don't like.
Okay, so here's my thing. I've watched 8 episodes of it. Mm-hmm. There are a couple more that I have to watch to be caught up. It's going for 16 episodes. Mm-hmm. I don't like it. I'm done. I'm done. I gave it so fucking long. I'm like, I just have to make it to the end of the season. They're like, and 4 more episodes. I'm like, go fuck yourself, you guys. This show sucks.
Yeah, no, I think.
Sorry for anyone that likes it.
No,
but honestly, why do you like it?
I
want to know that.
The thing is, a lot of people like this show, and that's why I'm on. That's why I'm a part of it. I'm like, you know what? I've dedicated myself. Me and Sierra watch this every week. I'm gonna watch it. I don't particularly have any real like happy feelings towards the show. I don't think it's all that great. So I'm interested to see how it all ends.
You keep me up to date every week with it.
I don't actually get much joy from watching the show, but I do watch it. And I mean, I haven't watched more of a Steins Gate.
Oh, okay. So the point that it hit right now, it's almost done.
Okay.
And these last 3 episodes that I watched were all hype as fuck. I was so into it, man. Essentially, you have another convergence point going on, and we have to go back into the past in order to stop stuff. And then we're at another convergence point. There's just so much crazy shit that goes on constantly.
Yeah.
I am so into it. But we also went into the future.
Ooh.
The future is pretty fucking cool. You see Daru, and he's looking like suave as fuck.
What? Hey, don't spoil suave Daru.
All I'm saying is,
super haka.
You gonna like that shit, dude. I'm getting fucking bonkers boosted watching it. I'm loving it.
That being said, I know that the wrap up for us is coming up pretty soon. We said maybe really 2 weeks, right? We'd give it
2 or so.
The only show that I have for sure added to my list of have to fucking binge watch is Asobaso Work.
You almost got it.
Asibasi?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, what's it called?
Asobi Asabase.
Asobi Asabase. That one. And then actually I might have to watch all of Cells at Work because I'm a few episodes behind on that.
Cells at Work has, you know what? I'm not as committed to it.
It's really cute though.
I'm just in it for the platelets at this point, man. Like the violent things like were fun and gimmicky, and now I'm like, I just want to.
I don't know if they told you this. All right, I mean, spoiler.
Sure, let's do it.
Remember how you for my birthday? This is the reason I thought. Sierra got me a platelet shirt for my birthday.
Yeah, fucking dope.
You know that you got me, the hoodie with the Instant Ramen logo on it. Jiro got me the same thing.
What?
The hoodie with our logo on it.
Really?
Yeah, the thing is, he ordered it, and he's like, when he got the bar, like, hey man, I didn't bring your present. It's going to be here in a couple weeks. I was like, okay, cool, no worries, don't feel bad about it. And so, I'm unwrapping all my boxes, and I'm like, oh, nice, a hoodie. It's fucking nice, super dope. And then Jiro leans over to my brother and goes like, I got him the same fucking thing. So he went to some site, uploaded the image, and it was just like, and so Sierra told me because he told him. Yeah. And I told Jiro, I was like, hey man, I heard you got me the same hoodie. He's like, yeah, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Like, well, what size is it? He goes like, XL. I was like, well, it's not my size, so you could probably just wear it.
Well, that's why I had to double check. I made sure beforehand I'm doing all the right shit.
Anyway, so I just
that's fucking tough.
I just thought it was super funny. He's like,
that's hella funny.
He's like, what? Should I just give it to Trip? I was like, why the fuck would you give Trip a hoodie? He's like,
also, I'm bigger than you.
I was like, I don't fucking know. He's like, I just like, I have it. What am I gonna do with this? Like, I don't fucking wear it.
It's your shirt, man.
Yeah, you bought it. It's your fucking fault for not buying it with, in enough time. It would have been super funny if it was there on time and be like, oh, cool, too.
I would have loved it. Just like one that fits and one that doesn't.
it's like this will be the one I wear. This is the one I'm gonna my thinspiration. I will wear this when I lose enough weight to fit.
There you go. Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought that was super funny to bring it up.
That's hella funny.
What about you for anime? Have you been watching some stuff?
Yeah, man. All the things that you said and the ones that I said I didn't watch. Overlord. Overlord's been fucking legit. That. I'm loving it. You remember the Goblin Village from the first season? It's a huge role in this season right now. And there were all these people and they're coming to attack it. So we got to see their war going on, which it was a fucking cool battle. Everyone was like, what the fuck? Like everyone was freaking out because of that goblin horn that he originally gave the girl or whatever. Mm-hmm. She uses it a second time and everyone's losing it before you see what's going on with it. Even our main man,
he's like, fuck.
Yeah, Einzungul. He's just like, what the fuck? I did not know. And then he explains, like, that was a trash item. That should not have been able to do that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So it's like it wasn't a trash item.
Yeah, and he's like, maybe you had to meet a certain criteria. And Kyle and I are talking about it, and we're like, maybe if you keep all of the goblins alive from the original thing, like maybe after that, it performs like another purpose. It's so fucking cool. I love her.
The goblins, like from the first came out, they were just like a horde of goblins that help save things or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then we saw them in season 2. It was just like, we're a horde of goblins, and like we for some reason like know English or common or whatever, and like you know, and we're part of a society. It's like, the fuck's going on here? You're a goblin, you know?
I fucking love it, dude. They're awesome. And then the girl from the first season that blew the horn or whatever, since she's in charge of all of them, she has like extra power over them. And in order to like convince all the ogres and whatnot that join them that she's powerful and like they should respect her or whatever, the goblins are just like, dude, she's so fucking great. She's so strong. And then the leader of the goblins is just like, hey, arm wrestle me. And she does. And she fucking kicks their ass because she has power over all the goblins. And the ogres are like, what the fuck? But they're like monsters. So it's a little bit more like,
like so confused.
Like, it's great. I fucking love it. It's so funny, but like really, really cool whenever there's fights and stuff going down. And
I don't know,
love
man.
it.
I mean, we talked about this before. Like we recorded, then you're like, we should start recording. It's just like I love season 1. I loved a lot, and season 2 came out, really burned me. I feel like I totally
understand.
I just had no fun with it, and then I started watching season 1, and honestly, for some reason, just like season 3, and then I was like, you know what? There's nothing inside of me that makes me want to go watch this. Like, there's just like there's not an inkling of being like, you should check this out. I just feel like I'll watch it eventually someday.
Man, here's what you should do: pretend like season 2 didn't happen.
No, it happened.
I know. Well, here's the thing: like season 1 happened, and then season 2, I don't know what the fuck they were doing in that. Mm-hmm. It was just a bunch of stupid, weird bullshit. Where essentially now they just like have the lizard people on their side. That's the only thing that I got from season 2 that matters in terms of like Lord Einzungul. And for all the human shit that happened in season 2, I mean, it's relevant. It like kind of matters, but it doesn't do anything in season 3 where it's like, you need to see season 2. I feel like season 2 was a waste of our time.
You're asking a lot from me. And you know why you asked a lot, Trip? Because you're over here saying like, hey man, just pretend that like, you know, Arc 2 of season 1 of fucking Sword Art Online never happened. Just pretend that never happened. I can't, Trip. He wanted to fuck his sister.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like, you don't even need season. Like, for those of you that might be watching Overlord, honestly, if you just watch season 1 and then skip season 2 and watch season 3, you're missing, like, I don't know, 2 plot points, and they don't really matter that much.
Like Evil Princess and, like,
yeah, Evil Princess hasn't done shit in season 3
right,
yet.
I'm saying, like, that's what you learned in season 2. Yeah. And then, like, the butler dude, right, is
honestly,
kind of a thing.
He hasn't done shit in season 3.
And what else? I guess you get the assassin chick from, you know, that's just, like, but, like, whatever.
Honestly, the bug girl is fucking awesome.
I think she's creepy as fuck.
Oh yeah, she's the highlight of season 2 for me. Mm-hmm. The butler guy and the bug maid. Honestly, you get a little bit more focus on the maids in season 2, but season 3 they're still there and they're still doing cool shit.
Well, anything else you got? Well, we're done, right? That's it. That's the show.
That's the show. Yeah, that's
show.
it. No, so Fooly Cooly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Fooly Cooly Alternative came out. Mm-hmm. Fooly Cooly Progressive was season 2 of Fooly Cooly, and it was, you know, I didn't really care for it, and then it hit a certain point where I'm like, actually, I really like the show. It's pretty good. Yeah. It wasn't the best show I've ever seen, but I had a good time with it. First episode came out for Fooly Cooly Alternative, and I was immediately more into it than season 2. I'm just like, oh yeah, I fucking get this. It's a very different vibe. It's got different shit going on, and I love it. It's a group of girls opposed to like there's a guy and there's a girl. It's just a group of girls and they're all hanging out and just figuring stuff out. They've got one girl who wants to be like an Instagram model. So she's like kind of famous for that and whatnot. And you got another girl who doesn't really care about anything. And then like one more who doesn't really care about anything. And our main character who also doesn't really care about anything, but she needs to figure out what she's trying to do in life. And instead of being that like turmoil of like, I don't know, I just want a relationship or something like that, like they normally have in Fooly Cooly, this is more like typical anime of like, I don't know what I want to do with my life, and I'm at the point where I'm going to graduate, and I need to make a fucking decision now. And it just feels like a little bit more genuine to me, and I like that.
Than progressive.
Yeah. Like they're having a conversation about what they want to do and whatnot. And the girl who's a model, she's just like, honestly, I just want to marry somebody that's like rich, and he'll just take care of me, and I can do whatever the fuck I want. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you mean like the Kardashians? She's like, I mean something like that. I don't know. And I'm like, oh, cool. They're just fucking talking like it's real life. And I like it.
Cool.
And then it comes into the cool action shit. And it was cool. Instead of a giant ass horn popping out of her head, a little flower came out of her head. And she yanked out the flower. And it wound up being like this amazing guitar that she beat the shit out of a giant robot with. And, you know, just good shit.
Yeah. No, it sounds interesting. I'm going to try to get into that. Yeah. It's on Prime, though, right? It's on Amazon.
Yeah, it is. And actually, it upset me because it's airing on Toonami, but episode 2 isn't on Prime for some fucking reason, and episode 3 came out, so now I can't watch episode 3 because I have to watch episode 2.
Whoa!
Why would they do that, man?
Maybe it's on maybe it's on demand or something like that.
I don't know. I just gotta find a way to watch it.
Yeah, so, man, sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you're liking the show, though.
I'm really liking it. Cool. It's a good ass time. And yeah, Banana Fish has been nothing but incredible. I'm loving it.
Very interesting show. Cool. All right, let's do the fucking actual theme, the topic. Right. So this week we're reviewing fucking Dragon Pilot. It's on Netflix.
It sure is. It's the new Netflix original series.
Got any info on it?
I sure do. Hey, you know how people direct stuff? Well, the director for this is Shinji Higuchi. He's made things that we've seen like the Attack on Titan live action movies.
Solid movie.
Fantastic. And Shin Godzilla, which actually I think got pretty well received.
Yeah, that was the new Godzilla from Japan though, right?
Yeah, it wasn't the Polygon Pictures ones.
That was like the actual, like it was an actual movie.
Yeah.
Not like a shitty rendition of a beloved character.
Yeah.
Done by your favorite studio, Polygon Pictures.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he's done some stuff. Good.
Yeah, for sure. And then also the studio is Bones. You might know them from things such as My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho 100, and Bungo Stray Dogs.
What? Bones gets fucking down.
Yeah, Bones is one of the biggest studios at the moment. Like, you tell me Kyoto Animation, I'm fucking watching it. You tell me Bones, I'm fucking watching it. Those are the ones right now.
You know, man, I feel it's been really quiet for my boys at Madhouse, dog. I haven't heard too much from them.
You know what? They come out and they're like, hey, Kakegurui. And you're like,
Okay, man. Okay, so we're going to for sure spoil this. So if you want to watch the show, go ahead and watch it before we spoil it, because we're just going to tell you what fucking happened. So here we go.
And also, honest review.
Yeah, no, me and Trip like texted back and forth before we recorded.
I watched like 4 episodes at the time that I texted you, and I was like, hey, man, how do you feel about this show?
And I was like, look, man, I've seen all of it. I watched it all in a day, you know, and it's like, I don't hate it, but I don't like it, you know, by any means. It's, you know, it's more like, it's just a, meh, you know, it's just like, it's like you can watch, it's easy to watch. There's things in it that I think are really cool.
Yeah.
And things that I thought were like entertaining, or things that to the point that I thought were funny.
So like,
but it's still a meh show.
Yeah, no, I feel it. But like Sword Guy, fucking hate watching it. It's a chore.
Oh man, it's painful. But it's so bad. It's good.
It's so bad it's good. That's sure a thing. But still, there are points where like, oh my God, I wish I was fucking dead watching this. I watched 4 episodes. I hit you up because I wasn't feeling anything. And I'm like, I want to, because there are some things that I'm like, oh, you know, maybe. But it just wasn't enough to get me going. And you told me exactly what I was already feeling.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly what it is.
You could check the show out. 4 episodes is what it took me to feel like, all right, I'm at the point. Is it good? Is it bad? So
that being said, I think it's only 12 episodes, right?
Yeah.
And it's 22 minutes or whatever, 24 minutes. So it's a normal runtime, and it's it's dubbed in English. So the one thing for sure, it's an easy thing to watch. It's not like, you know, it doesn't hurt you. It's just like, there's nothing that's really that fun about it.
Give us a back of the box description of the show.
Okay, so we have a girl. She's, it's super funny because we were talking about fucking the Fooly Cooly thing. Like, it's a girl. She's leaving high school. She doesn't know what she wants to do with her life.
It's a typical anime thing.
Typical thing. And she kind of like on a whim decides like, I'll join the Air Force or whatever. Yeah. So she joins the Air Force and it quickly gets told that, hey, you've been upgraded to this fucking division that she's never heard of. She goes to wing, I think it's wing 8 or whatever, to go like report to her new officer or whoever's in charge of her. And she runs into a dragon, like a fucking dragon.
Oh, shit.
The dragon eats her.
Okay.
And then it's a big old mess and the dragon spits her out. And then everybody starts quickly telling her like, yeah, cool, you're a D pilot or whatever. That means you essentially you're gonna fly this dragon because for centuries dragons have existed. And then we have to, hide them from society. So they disguise themselves as these things or this things. And now in the, modern day, they disguise themselves as fucking airplanes. And so it's our job to, take care of them and make sure that, they're disguised and they're fucking flown because they overheat. And so they need to release energy and blah. And they just give her all this information super quickly. And she's just like, I don't want to do this. She like breaks down. She's like, I don't want to fucking be a D pilot. And then she changes her mind and goes like, you know what? I do want to do this. I want to be a fucking D pilot. And one of her, what's the word? Like her quirks or her personality traits. Yeah, her one of her traits is she says that she speaks what's on her mind. Like she'll if someone says like, "Hey, do I look fat in this dress?" She'll be like, "Yeah, you do," or whatever. She'll just say what comes to her mind. But honestly, I don't think that is what her personality trait is because
she has like a no filter.
No, because but it's more really. It's more like she'll say stuff, but she doesn't voice her opinion because like everybody's telling her like, you're going to be this thing. And then she blows up. It's like, I told you 26 times or whatever. I didn't want to do this thing or whatever. But she has to explode as opposed to another character who we see later who does just say what the first thing that comes to her mind. Yeah. And she's a total bitch or whatever. Anyways, so
our character. I just want to remind you.
Yeah.
As for a back of the box
That's the back of the box.
No, I don't. And I'm just like, can somebody take all of that, put that on the back of like a DVD
back of the box.
case?
That's back of the box.
Anyways, all condensed.
That's the thing. Our main character is now a dragon pilot, and she has to, learn how to deal with that or whatever.
Yeah.
And, per fucking anime rules, there are other dragon pilots, and they are also all girls or whatever.
Oh my god! How did you fucking?
Because D pilots can only be women for some reason.
I also noticed that like even though everyone looks like a weird ass blobby child, they were like, "Hey, maybe if we like kind of sexualize them a little bit." Okay, just like, whoa, hang on a second. So they're like in their fucking suits, bending over, and like their crotch is like a very specific like thong looking thing.
It was very reminiscent of like fucking Darling in the Bronx, like the position that the girls had to be like all fours.
They're like, all right, let's doggy style this motherfucker. So Darling could do it. We could too.
What's funny is that like when the dragons go out to go be flown, they get put on like they put this gear on, right? Like essentially like they turn into
airplanes.
They put parts of airplanes on them.
This is like Transformers, but for dragons.
So they put parts of the airplanes on them, and they add a cockpit, right? So my head is like, oh cool, she'll fly in the cockpit, and then it turns out that no. A thing that happens is you have to get eaten by the dragon. So you're inside the dragon's stomach and then you like fly him from in there, right?
Yeah, you have to push on different parts of his guts and then he does certain shit.
But another bit too is that like the acid lining of the stomach of the dragon can dissolve the clothes.
So you need to have like a good ass suit.
You have to have a specific suit to be in there. So like, and there's other reasons why the suit will be dissolved, but in a couple occasions the suits get dissolved. And it's like,
yeah,
this is absolutely Darling in the Bronx. What's going on here? Like,
right?
Okay. I want to talk about quickly like the art style.
Yeah, let's do that.
So they do this interesting thing where like they're obviously they're humans, right? But they look really cartoonish or like almost caricatures.
They don't have nose unless they're seen from the side.
The profile, unless they're a profile view, they don't have noses.
Yeah.
And Sierra like very quickly said like they look like aliens because they don't have noses. And I was just like, the more I watched, like fuck, now I can't unsee it.
They look like weird fish aliens. Yeah, I feel that.
There's characters who I really like the characterization they did for them. Like
honestly, I like the character design. Like. Sometimes, but sometimes it looks like, I don't know, they look like somebody mashed Play-Doh together.
For the most, there's this one guy, I don't know, he never had any lines, I don't think, but he was just like he had like a weird almond-shaped head and big ears and big fat lips.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
I was like, I don't know what the fuck it is, but I fuck with your shit. I like it. Yeah. It's fucking good. But there's just other characters who just look weird, and the girls are supposed to be cute, for the most part, but they kind of also look like boys, and the boys kind of look like girls, sometimes,
Yes.
So it's like, I feel really sexually confused right now. Thank God they put him in fucking skin tight fucking jumpsuits with thong areas.
So you can see their like crotches real good.
Yeah. And there's there's a bunch of, there's tropes in this, like like anything.
Anime tropes.
And one of the tropes is like they're dressing them in provocative clothing or whatever. And like,
well, it got real creepy real fast where this guy's like, oh, this is
nice
the new pilot.
size, nice
and
thighs.
he like puts his face up against her crotch and it's just like, oh, yeah, this is how big your waist is.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. So here's the thing. Here's the issue with the thing.
Right.
So at first I thought, oh, there's no plot with this show, right? Like there's no real like, because like the first few episodes,
it felt like there was fucking nothing going on.
Because in my head I was just like, oh, I get it. So there's these dragons that they take care of because it's just kind of a thing they do, right?
Yeah.
But I was just like, but they're not at war. They don't fight the dragons.
Nope.
I was just like, so it's just, they need to have the dragons be flown because if they get too hot, they explode or something, or they're uncomfortable. They'll die. Who fucking knows, right?
Fast forward a little bit and they're like, the dragon has to be in the fucking air show. And if it's not, everyone's going to be so mad.
Yeah. And
it's like, okay, so they, what?
Okay, so then we do finally get a plot, and the plot is, okay, so there's this ritual that happens every 74 years or whatever.
Yeah, hang on. When did we get this plot?
Was it like episode 6 or 7?
It was really that? I felt like it was like episode 10.
No. It was because the thing is, they really drug it out. They really So what it is, like, okay, well, the plot was hinted at because like they're like, people are in the background like, hey, they better be ready for this thing, but no one said what it was,
Yeah.
And it's not really told you until what it is, until they really legitimately just tell you at the begining of the episode. So like, and that probably like 8 or 9.
Big old dragon is gonna blow up everything unless we could calm it down with other dragons. And
so every 74 years a big dragon is born, and like it needs help to be flown, guided by these D pilots to its new resting place, right?
Yeah.
And the issue was this, like, the dragon flies really slow, and so they have to fly for 3 days straight without falling asleep, and that was the big hurdle to get over. It's just like, wait, so like they don't have to fight the dragon, they don't have to kill the dragon. It's just like they have to guide the dragon for 3 days, and that's a whole thing. They train, they get ready, blah blah blah. All this stuff happens. New characters get included. There's like this shaman ritualistic thing that's divided. Like, people have to come in and like do like a ritual, and then one of the girls that's a part of the ritual gets chosen to sacrifice herself or whatever.
She's the key girl and she's a sacrifice.
And so, that's kind of a thing, but honestly, there's like just no stakes to this. Like, I think in episode 11, I think in episode 10 is what happens. Our character falls in love, and
it's like real fast.
Two characters fall in love in the same episode, and the dragons instantly spit them out and dissolve their fucking suits, and it's like, yep, I know what's happening. You guys fall in love. And the thing is, if you're in love, the dragons won't take you because, the dragons are selfish and they only want you to think of them. And if you love someone else, they'll eat you or whatever.
Yep.
And that's what happened to another pilot in the past or whatever. Not the eating part, her falling in love.
Yeah.
So she can't be a D pilot anymore. So, this becomes an issue. And our main character solution is, I'll just quit. I'll stop being a pilot. That'll solve everything.
Honestly, great solution.
Right. And the thing is, like, I was like, oh, cool. She's going to do what she wants. She gets scolded by like, the fucking main boss or whatever. It's like, this is fucking bullshit. Let her do whatever she wants. And I thought it was dumb because it's a good choice for her. The mission still has to continue. Oh, yeah. She can't be a part of it.
And honestly, it's too difficult. Like, it's unpredictable. If she is trying to force it and can't like fall out of love and can't go back to normal, then what fucking good is it for her to stay on? Chances are that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So her quitting, one of the most mature, best choices.
I thought it was really well done. Yeah. I really liked it. Like, oh, cool. She's going to do what's right for herself.
Yeah.
The thing is I didn't like is that like within the next episode, she kind of reconsiders it and is like, you know what? I feel really fucking bad. I should go back because, I worked really hard. Those are my friends, my families or whatever. Yeah. And so she instantly comes back and starts flying the fucking dragon again.
Easy peas.
But it felt so rushed because I was like, wait, wasn't this mission a 3-day long mission?
Yeah.
How is it that the dragon is conveniently over the place that, our character is for her to jump in the dragon and then fly, then be like fucking fly next to them and like rendezvous with them and then be there for the sacrifice. It was just very rushed. And at the very end, here's the very end. The very end, she decides, hey, I don't like this whole sacrifice thing. I'll sacrifice myself.
Yep.
And she does. And she sacrifices herself and gets stuck inside the big dragon with her own dragon, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else is okay. And then we start like, it's like an epilogue to the episode. It's the end of the series. And it's like some time has passed. Everybody in the military is doing pretty good. They're like, oh, I'm going back to this. The deep pilot mission has been disbanded. They all can go back their own separate ways.
Yeah.
And then like all the like, and then one character who's a total dick throughout the entire show does this thing where it's like, what? It's kind of fucked up that all you guys are pretending that like nothing happened and no one cares about what happened to her. Even though he goes and prays for her every day, like all you guys act like what she did didn't matter. And they're like, no, you don't get it. She's okay. She's fine. She's invincible. Like they all say that. Like,
yeah, they're like, are you fucking kidding me? She in
has a
the
dragon.
matter of like a day, she was just like the best for some reason.
Even though the day before that she was total trash, right? But now she's like, no, man, she has a dragon. She'll be fine. She's invincible. And then all the other girls, like her friends, are just like sitting there and they're like, oh man, I really miss her. It's kind of hard to believe it's been 3 months without her. She'll be back soon though. I can feel it, because like, she's invincible. She's like unbeatable. She's the best. And I was like, really? Is she? She's kind of a fuck up.
How great would it have been if it was just like a cut to like
a dead
corpses, inside of the dragon?
Super fucking good.
And the show just ends.
Oh, I would have really liked that. I would have been like, hats off to them. But no, the way it ends is, the boy she fell in love with, who also loves her, is like now like he's wandering the hillside where the dragon rested to sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's looking for her. And then the dragon rushes up to him and attacks him, and then he cut to black, and then
he
eats him, right? He eats him.
So here's a little fucking thing about the show that we didn't talk about.
Oh, he brought cell phones.
Yeah, for some fucking reason, these dragons eat flip phones, but they won't eat smartphones. It didn't explain it really.
No, they did. They said that the flip phones were made with rare metals that the dragons like.
Yeah, it didn't explain it really.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It didn't say like...
No, it did. It said rare metals.
Yeah, it didn't explain why smartphones don't have those metals or what they were. They didn't explain shit. And then they're like, oh man, flip phones are actually pretty fucking expensive. And it's like, well, why? And why don't you just get the fucking rare metals instead? Like, what the fuck? So this motherfucker goes up there with his goddamn cell phones, which apparently cost like $1 billion or some shit. Yeah.
So the dragon eats him whole, and it cuts to black, and then it's implied that he's inside the stomach with the girl. I'm like, oh my god,
talking.
Here you are. It's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. It's nice to see you. Blah blah blah. And then fucking cut to credits, and the thing starts rolling, and I just feel empty inside. I feel like I watched 12 episodes of nothingness.
Nothing really happened.
There was just no stakes. There was no like the plot wasn't that crazy. Like there's nothing that was really like making me ask for more, it was just kind of a show, it just kind of played.
I mean,
it was
some parts were funny, some parts were cool. Mostly it was who cares.
Yeah, no.
So a couple of questions. You watch it in English or Japanese?
English.
Okay. I watched it in Japanese. Mm-hmm. Still felt the same way. So whatever.
Didn't mind the dub. I think it was fun.
I mean, it was fine. Yeah. Whatever. Intro and outro. How'd you think about the intro first off?
I don't like the intro.
Intro was pretty lame.
I like the outro.
You like the outro?
And it was like a poppy song, and they were dancing. I was like, oh, this is fun. It's fine.
Yeah, it was like a very like Asian poppy song, but not like K-pop or J-pop or anything like that.
What's it? Low high hip hop.
Yeah, sure.
Vibes at the end. I liked it. The reason I liked it is because I'm an animator or whatever.
Yeah,
and so seeing
the animations look clean as fuck.
Seeing the characters dance the same routine, but dance them a little differently because they have like different personalities. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I like that. It's really simple. I enjoyed it.
I didn't like the intro or outro, and I skipped it almost every time.
I skipped the intro every time.
Hated it.
The outro I didn't mind. I think the outro was in my opinion, I enjoyed it for whatever reason. What else you got?
Couldn't fucking handle it. So the way that they control the dragons is by getting in their stomachs and then pushing on different parts of their guts in order to make them do certain things. Mm-hmm. Very quickly, we find out that if you push on their guts in the right way and you're connected in the right way and you're wearing a fucking suit for whatever reason, you could see through the dragon.
Yeah, no, it does this weird.
Did it explain that?
No, it does this like this weird what's it like virtual reality thing where like it does like a 360 loop and it's just like
everything washes away.
Now we're in a sky dome or whatever, and I can see through him, and it's just like, what? Okay, fucking whatever.
If they would have been like, you know what, we put cameras all around him and your visor allows you to see that, then
exactly.
I was like, oh, fucking cool. That's like really easy. But instead they were just like, you're inside of him, you're connected to him, look at the fucking world.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse you.
Yeah. It was also odd because like there's people, there's like three of them very like sat in the specific formation, like on all fours to fly the dragon. But one of the characters like just sat in a weird position, whatever.
Yeah, she sat kind of like in a little fetal position, kind of.
But it's weird because it's like, oh, so I guess you don't actually have to, sit like that. You can sit however you want, because like she's obviously flying her dragon without an issue. Yeah. So I don't know.
But she was the least sexy one, so.
Yeah, okay, so what are some things that you liked about it? Because I know there's things you liked about it, but...
Sure. There were some positive character designs. I liked some of their designs. They looked very unique. The background was pretty cool in a lot of scenes. They did a really cool thing with clouds in the sky where they used like actual paint and you could see like the strokes of the brush and like extra paint was like risen up, you know, it wasn't like a clean brush. And that looked cool and authentic, and it matched in with the world in a really unique way that I liked. The characters were fucking boring. Let me just say that. They did not have much personality. So whenever they did, I feel like their personalities really shined through. For sure.
Yeah. Whenever they did something that was like, oh, cool, you're kind of weird, or like, that's kind of fun, or different. You're like, that really, for the most part, they're pretty vanilla.
Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot going on with them. I liked some of the dragon designs too. I don't really like our main character dragon. He just looks like
doesn't look like a real dragon.
A dopey Loch Ness monster.
Exactly,
type thing.
with wings. Yeah, no, I think the dragons I liked. I like the.
There's like a fighter pilot one.
No, I like the really big one.
Yeah,
he had like the really sharp teeth or whatever.
Yeah, he was like a carrier jet.
Yeah, he was massive, and I was like, "What a dumb looking dragon!" I like it,
but he looks like happy, but also with like shark teeth,
like really sharp teeth. And then like there's one that was like I don't know, she does sonar or whatever. And the thing I liked about it was that its head had this really big radar thing on it. And when it would go into dragon mode, it would kind of have it like it looked like a hat.
Yeah,
and then like an eye patch, and it would just kind of sleep all the time. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I really liked that design too. So like some pretty cool stuff going on, some pretty shitty stuff going on in the same realms, which I thought was really weird. I don't know. There were a lot of conflicts and whatnot that I felt like were stretched out and could have been avoided and everything. Yeah. And there were other things that I thought were like sweet and cute, but like it didn't have anything that I was really gung ho about.
For sure. For me, there's like, and these are just super simple things. Like, there's like the bit where for some reason, our main character starts licking her dragon, to show her affection. She starts licking him, and she makes this weird noise. Yeah. I always got a kick out of that. I was like, oh, that's super funny. It's super dumb, but it's funny. In that same episode, I think when she starts doing that, they get marooned on an island, and that one really quiet character starts doing like, oh, I've been praying for rain. And she does this weird like worm dance or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny. Again, not a like just because it was funny and I enjoyed it, it didn't make the show worthwhile. You know? And then there's the one bit where she finds out that she's in love. Like it was really funny. It was a really good scene because like she's talking to a character who is like a shaman priest or whatever. She's like she loves the main character's love interest also, right? Like, and she openly loves him. It's like, oh, I like him. He knows I like him. I'll let everybody know. Fucking like this guy. And so they're talking. And, our main character's like, doesn't understand. She's like, I don't get why you don't like me. She's like, well, it's because you like my man. It's like, I don't like your man. I don't like him the way you like him. And she starts like describing things and saying things about him. Yeah. And they're really sincere. I'm like, oh, this is really good. And then she does this thing where like she stops, thinking about it. And then the other girl goes like, yeah, everything you just said is just, that's how I like him. That's proof that you like him, Yeah. And it blew her fucking mind. Like she got all red. And then she started running away.
Just fucking sprinting and talking really quick.
And then she would just yell really loud. She's like, ah! I remember watching that. I was like, oh, this is a really good scene, a really good moment in this one character's, her arc or whatever. Yeah. If you want to call it a character arc. I was like, this is great. I wish there was more. Did a fantastic job with that. And, there wasn't a lot of that in the show.
Another parallel, another really great character moment is, we have this character who's been kind of a bitch. She's just like a hard ass. She's really good at what she does, but she's also pretty shitty at what she does because she's so intense about things. So she's not connecting with her dragon in a certain way. And she's kind of just saying like, no, he's a fucking dragon, sure, but he's a tool and he's not my bro or whatever.
Yeah, I want to fly an F2 fucking
I want to be a pilot. I don't want to be a dragon pilot. I want to be a pilot.
She called herself like I'm not a glorified zookeeper. I'm a fucking pilot. Yeah.
And she kept saying like zookeepers and talking shit about the girls, and like they got in a few fights about like, oh man, you guys are just like fucking weak and you don't care about actually flying. You just care about your fucking dragons and you just like that you have a pet. And that she's just throwing a big old fit. Dragon. Yeah, it would be dope. And also like to fly it would be fucking dope. Like that they kind of go hand in hand.
She was kind of being a total bitch.
So she was being a huge bitch. But like she fucking struck a nerve with one of the other characters, which I loved. Because we hadn't seen anything from these other characters really. You had like sleepy antisocial girl and you had girl who likes food. And that was pretty much it. But then girl who likes food got real fucking honest and intense. Like she heard her say some shit again about like, you fucking glorified zookeepers or whatever. And this chick was, I think it was like after they showered or something, or they were getting ready for bed, but she was holding a bottle of some shit and she just like crushes it and tells off this girl, but like in her kind
very
of like
politely says, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, exactly. And I really liked that. You
Yeah.
felt the intensity, the anger, the like sadness and frustration in this character of just like, I feel so bad for your fucking dragon, and I feel so shitty that you have to live this life, but please stop giving us a hard time. Like, really, really good job at doing that. And it was just this really powerful moment for such a small character. I mean, she's one of the main characters, but honestly, she fucking doesn't matter. So whatever.
Yeah.
I felt like they did such a good job at portraying those emotions for just like such a small period of time from a character that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. You know, I agree. I wish there would have been more of those kind of moments, and more like just moments for these cool characters to, you know,
to shine,
develop, and become, you know, characters that we would fall in love with. Because at the end of the day, I can tell you honestly, like, I don't really care for anybody here.
No,
you know, even
none of them mattered.
No, like the one character I do kind of like. You know, the only reason I like her is because she actually had some sort of development. Was, you know, she met this other D pilot who can't be accepted by, you know, a dragon or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's just total little bitch. And she's like, her family comes from a family of people who are also D pilots. And by the end of the show, she's just like, yeah, I don't want to be a D pilot anymore. You know, I've been spending time with with the dragons, and I've come to care for them. And now I'm kind of an engineer or whatever. I'm like, good for fucking you, man.
She had a good arc. Mm-hmm. I liked how she had this fiery passion at the beginning that turned into like frustration, that turned into like caring and wanting these people to do well. Mm-hmm. And like, she had a really good arc.
She had the perfect arc, and guess what? She wasn't even one of the main characters. So it's like, maybe they missed the note on that one. Like, they really could have done a better job.
Yeah, good job with her. Also, surprisingly, we had one of my favorite moms of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is this the mom? This is the main character girl's mom, or the mom that was a D pilot?
The mom that was a D pilot.
Cool, yeah.
I liked her because she just came in for like a moment and was just like, oh, hey, what's up, Oscar, my old dragon? Yeah. Like, we're bros. What's going on, man? Yeah, and then she's like, you know what, man? He didn't want to fly with me anymore, and it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
And that's why I actually quit. But I'm still going to be a good-ass mom. Well, I'm going to go raise my little fucker.
It's super cool because that whole idea that being like, people are like, oh, why did she quit? She up and quit. It's crazy. And it's like, well, she fell in love. And once you fall in love, the dragons won't fly with you anymore. And so it's just like, she gave up one thing for another, you know? And there's this whole bit like where, you know, in the show where like they're trying to get all the characters to fall in love to break their hearts. And they decide not to do that. And instead they just let them fall in love and like, oh, well, we knew this was an issue. I think they could have just gone up to him and been like, hey.
Well, it's weird because they had a guy who was like, I know fucking everything and I have the perfect plan for all of it and it's all going to be perfect.
And it wasn't. And then, it's crazy because then they're like, well, yeah, we could have just gone up to him and been like, hey, don't fall in love. But you know what? We can't have them not have love because the dragons need love. So it's like, it was very convoluted, I feel like.
Yeah, pretty much that whole like, I have the final plan for everything and it's all going to be great. Him as a character, he had like no purpose. That extra bit of the story of like, it's all planned out just didn't feel like it needed to be there whatsoever. Mm-hmm. It could have just been like, oh shit, they're in love. This isn't good. You know what? We knew that this wasn't good in the past, but honestly, there's no way to prevent it. So we haven't done anything about it. So sorry guys, we could have warned you, but it wouldn't have been worth it anyways.
Yeah, no, I feel it. All in all, I mean, like I said, there's cool things in this show that are like, you know, they're fine, but it's just not a very good show. You know, there's just not much to it. And it's a bummer because this could have been super awesome, but whatever, you know, Bones still did a great job, right? They still made like a really cool looking thing and the animation's fine and yada, yada, yada. It just, the story wasn't there. So
yeah. Can I also say that at the beginning, the music was way too overpowering?
Oh yeah. I wanted to say that because for people like, you know, you are a person that pays attention to music. Like you enjoy music so much. And for me, it's just kind of something that's there or not there. But for me, I was like listening to this, I was like, why the fuck is this the background music so loud?
It's so prominent.
Why is it so abrupt? Why do you keep recycling the same music? You know,
well, there are moments like let's go back and we'll look at Night is Short, Walk On Girl. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's really powerful music in that takes moment and it's kind of a character. This is how some people describe music and things, but it's like an extra character because it sets the mood. It has a whole story kind of thing going for it. Mm-hmm. It really sets things up in a powerful way where it's there and all the characters are interacting with the music in certain ways, whether they're dancing, whether they're just like having fun. Like it's really set there for the characters to shine more strongly. In this, it just felt like okay, well, we could have background music, but instead you're really loud, and it sounds like this is something that the character is hearing, but I know that they're fucking not, because this music is like, this music is ridiculous. It doesn't feel like it's a song that I should be hearing. It feels like the background music just really wanted to have a prominent role.
Yeah, no, and like, I guess like if they would have put the volume lower, I guess I wouldn't notice it that much, but because it was so loud and they kept using it, like, yeah, it's the same piece they keep using, you know, like
it doesn't fucking matter. Why is it here?
They should have been like, oh fuck, they must have been like, oh, we don't have a fucking budget for music. I guess we'll just use this one song a lot. People won't notice.
No, because there's anime and they use the same song in like every episode.
Fucking Naruto, you know, it's classic.
It works, and it's fucking good, and it's clean, and it's seamless, and it brings up certain emotions. Like in Rekka 7, there's always this one thing, and it starts out, and you hear like the 2 first notes on guitar, and you're like, oh, we're fucking going now.
Shit's gonna happen,
like,
exactly.
It makes you feel that certain thing, and to reuse the same song over and over with no fucking reason. Like if it was background music where it's just like, I don't know, it's just going on, and these characters are doing goofy shit, and this is the like goofy shit background music. None of it matters, sure, but this was like any scene. It doesn't matter. It could have any different context. We're just gonna fucking use it, and it's just gonna be in your fucking face
for sure. It's a bummer, man.
I don't want to talk about this show anymore. I'm done. It was boring. Don't watch it. But like, hey man, if you want to check it out and see what we're talking about, go for it.
I don't think we have a list for Netflix stuff, do we?
We don't have a Netflix list. We can get together one day and like put it together. Okay, but if you want to. But
do you think this was better than Be the Beginning?
Yeah.
Better than.
Oh wait, Be the Beginning? No.
Worse than Be the Beginning?
Yeah.
Better than Sword Gate though, right?
Yeah.
Better than Aiko?
Yeah.
Not as good as Violet Evergarden, right? Are you sure? Give me. Okay. I'll give you a second.
Okay.
Hold on. Here, is Dragon Pilots better or worse than Violet Evergarden?
It's somewhere in between Violet Evergarden and Kakegurui.
Not even close to being true.
No.
This show sucks. But hey, if you like it, that's fine. You're allowed to like it. It's
coming
just
from
our
the director.
opinion.
Do you like it more than the Attack on Titan live action movie or less?
Wow, it's a hard question. More, probably.
Yeah, I like it a little bit more.
Do I like it less than... I probably like it less than Godzilla Shin or whatever.
Yeah.
Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get what we give. Anyways, yeah, that's the show. Next week, I don't know what we're doing. We're probably going to do something, so... Right? Hey, you down for something next week?
No.
Okay.
No
cool.
episode next week. We skipping it.
No, that's not true. Anyways, if you like our logo, hit up Aaron from TurbyTops.com. If you like our theme song, hit up Tom Nasser. He's on SoundCloud. He's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. It's Nasser, NASR.
He put out a good song recently. Check it
Really?
out.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
What's it?
Oh, well, you already listened to it.
Check
It's
it out
like
again.
You Are My Sunshine. It's very bluesy. It feels good.
If you like, I already said that part.
Yeah.
Trip, where do you find us?
Yo, if you want to find us, look us up on Facebook, the Instagram Podcast. Same thing goes for Instagram. Look up the Instagram Podcast. If you want to send us a tweet at Instant Ramen Pod.
Podcast Benefit.
You can send us an email, instagrampodcast@gmail.com. We're on other stuff. We're on every fucking medium there is right now.
Sure.
Spotify, Google Play, Facebook, YouTube, goddamn iTunes, and just we're everywhere. Don't worry about it. We're there. I love you.
Okay, this is bye from Juan.
Thanks for listening. This is bye from Chris.
Hey, Trip, don't forget.
Just add hot water.